Some time ago, in the bubbling city of Lagos, there lived a woman called Miriam, a gentle, soft-spoken wife with eyelashes that obeyed God and a heart that believed in loyalty more than mosquito believes in blood. Miriam was the kind of wife every auntie used for reference when giving advice. Be like Miriam. That girl has sense. She's not dragging husband with the world. Eh? Miriam cooked fresh soup every other day, ironed her husband's clothes with love, and even woke up in the middle of the night to charge his phone and pray for him. Her nails were always neat. Her smile was calm, and her voice was the kind that could bring peace to a barking landlord. She was married to a man named Dabo, the darling of Surulere, the sugar in Miriam's tea. Dabo was a tall, dark, clean-shaven Yoruba man with a voice like melted butter and the work of someone who believed life owed him enjoyment. He worked in tech, or something that looked like tech, and was always muttering things like product updates, cloud migration, and beta testing. Even when he was just sending emails, if you saw Dapo and Miriam together, you would think that their love came straight from the Bible, Psalm 23 to be precise. He was full, he was peaceful, and he lacked nothing. Dapo had a way with words. He would hold Miriam's face, kiss her forehead gently and whisper, "You are not just my wife. You are the software upgrade I didn't know I needed." And Miriam, like any other woman raised to believe in love, would just smile and say, "Oh, see this sweet man I married. Thank you, Lord, though." Life was simple. Their home was small but clean, with throw pillows that matched the curtains and a fridge that always had zobo and food. Miriam prayed for her husband every morning before he went to work. She never asked too many questions. She just trusted and believed, and that was her second mistake. The first sign came on Wednesday morning, quiet and almost invincible, like pepper in white soup. Dapo walked past to grab his car keys, and she caught a strange scent. His shirt smelled like luxury perfume, but not the kind he usually used. This one had a deeper, sweeter tone, something like temptation mixed with small lust. She paused and turned to him, and then she asked, "Baby, is that a new perfume?" Dapo paused. Then he let out a small, awkward laugh and replied, "Oh, that? It's probably the new air freshener in the Uber I took yesterday. The thing was choking me safe. It was too much." He kissed her cheeks, winked at her, and added, "You know I only use that my blue bottle now. I'm loyal." Miriam chuckled and waved it off. "Abio, I just noticed the difference, but no wahala." And just like that, she moved on. Because in her head, love was simple, Dapo was good, her marriage was solid. Men forget to flush the toilet sometimes, but that doesn't mean they are not lovable or they are not good men. She continued her daily routine, cleaning the house with gospel music, answering her mother's calls whenever she did, preparing his meals like a true Proverbs 31 woman. Even when he came home late on Fridays and said he was stuck in back-to-back Zoom meetings, she just brought him warm okra soup and asked if he wanted cold or room temperature water. She worked from home as a social media manager and didn't go out much. She didn't ask about his passwords. She didn't scroll through his phone. She didn't question the sudden gym memberships or the suspicious new interest in skincare. She just smiled and told herself, "My husband is simply taking care of himself. After all, that is what I prayed for, Abby." And so life went on, peaceful on the surface, quiet like stew before it starts to boil. Until one day, her phone buzzed. It was an Instagram DM from a woman she had never met before. The day the message came, Miriam was in the kitchen slicing onions and humming to Tope Alabi when her phone buzzed. She wiped her hands on her wrapper, picked it up casually, thinking it was her mother asking for airtime again. But when she opened Instagram and saw a DM request from a username that looked like it belonged to a hair vendor at Sharon_luxury hair, she raised one eyebrow in curiosity. Then she opened it and read what made her heart do bim, bim. Hi sis, please don't be offended. I think we need to talk. It's about your husband. I just found out I've been dating your husband. I swear I didn't know he was married. I thought he was single. Please, can we talk? She read the message again, slowly, like someone decoding an evil prophecy. Then she sat down. She didn't reply immediately. She then stood up and walked into the living room where Dakpo's slippers was resting by the shoe rack, like they owned the house, and stared at them. One side of her brain said, ignore these people, Jare. Maybe it's a prank, all these Gen Z pranks. The other said, this is how village people start small, small. You better investigate. How did Sharon even find out, you may ask? Well, it was a bright Tuesday afternoon. Sharon was in her apartment. Her ring light was on. Her lip gloss was shining like temptation. She was scrolling through her For You page on TikTok like a peaceful sinner. She was eating a wrap of shawarma and she was about to watch her usual comedy skits when TikTok, in its usual nosy behavior, suggested a video captioned "Husband Appreciation Post. To the love of my life, thank you for being you." Oh, Sharon smiled and said, "Oh, let me tap into someone's joy. God, where no?" So she clicked the video and she saw the shocker of her life. There he was, laughing like a he-goat, Dakpo Ekwensu, standing beside a very beautiful woman in a beautiful dress, smiling as she dished rice into his plate. The video has soft music playing and text overlays that read, "When you marry your best friend." He still looks at me like it's in 2016. Ah, Sharon froze. Her all and all is someone else's best friend. Hey! The shawarma on her hand almost fell down. Her jaw dropped slowly like bad network. She blinked 5 times, and by the time she was able to speak again, she said, "Eh? Wait. Is that? Hey!" She grabbed her phone with her 2 hands like she was checking bank alert. She zoomed in, paused it, replayed it, rubbed her eyes, and opened her eyes wider. Ah! And then she screamed, "Jesu! This man has a wife?" Her chest started to vibrate. She sat up, threw her wrapper aside, and entered into full detective mode. In less than 10 minutes, she had done what no FBI agents could do. She checked the video tags and found Miriam's username. Clicked it. Her page was open, and it has sweet captions, soft reels, church photos, and plenty couple content. There was one where Miriam and Dakpo were dancing at a wedding. Then when they went on a vacation and were on a boat cruise, when Miriam and Dakpo were doing Mr. and Mrs. Challenge, even a birthday shout out where she called him my rock, my cover clothes, my pounded yam with goat meat. Ah, Sharon screamed again. Hey. This man literally told me his fiancée died in 2019. Hey, Jesus. So I was dating a ghost, a married ghost. For a moment, she sat in silence. Then she whispered, "Men will not make heaven. I swear they won't." Hey! She was still shaking when she typed the DM, not out of anger, but out of pity for herself and the poor wife. She thought Miriam would curse her initially. But instead, the woman didn't even reply her and left her chat hanging. But when Miriam saw the text, she was dumbfounded. She couldn't believe her eyes. She couldn't even cry nor shout. She simply stood up, walked to the kitchen, and began cooking jollof rice with one hand on her hip and the other flipping the spoon. Dapo came home later that night, whistling like somebody that just won bet. He kissed her cheek and said, "Ah, babe, this house always smells like peace. You are a blessing, oh, and I am happy I married you." Miriam smiled and said, "You're welcome, my husband." She dished him a small plate of jollof, the dry part from the bottom of the pot. She didn't put any meat, she didn't put any plantain, and she watched him eat in silence. He paused and asked, "Is there no meat in the food?" And she answered, "No, honey. Meat finished in the freezer, and I didn't have enough money." He laughed like a he-goat. "Oh, babe, money will come. Me, I'm just managing my last card for the month though. I just don't know why these people have been delaying my salary since the month ended." She looked at him, and in her mind she said, "That one, you must think I'm very stupid. You don't have money for your family, but you have enough to be able to keep a baddie side chick." When he was done, she wiped the table and walked away. Later that night, when he was snoring beside her like a borrowed, broken generator, Miriam picked up her phone and replied Sharon, "Yes, let's talk. Let's deal with this he-goat together." Because in that moment, something inside of her shifted from wife to warrior, from prayer partner to silent avenger, from my husband to this man will chop stone for my hand. When two women discover they've been sharing the same Wi-Fi password without knowing, the result is not conversation, it's calculation. And that was exactly what happened when Miriam and Sharon finally met. They chose a quiet cafe, someone in Lekki, far from eyes, ears, and double suspicion. Miriam came in a soft gown and church scarf, looking like someone who just finished morning devotion. Sharon came in heels that announced her arrival, and a face beat strong enough to intimidate nonsense, a proper baddie. They hugged awkwardly at first, like two women who didn't plan to ever sit on the same bench in life. But life had other plans, and he has brought them together using a cheating man. Sharon started, "First of all, I'm so sorry, sis. I really didn't know." Miriam nodded and said, "No problem. If you knew, you would have used your wig to slap him and blind his eyes, Abby. Of course, I would have rearranged his destiny. I would never hurt my fellow woman knowingly." They both chuckled lightly. What began as a tense meeting slowly turned into a full-blown bonding session. They shared stories, receipts, voice notes, the lies, the hotels, the lazy "I love yous" that he sent copy and paste style. Sharon even played one voice note where Dapper said, "Baby, if loving you is a sin, then let me burn." Miriam hissed, "Yeah, so you were born in hell, foolish man." Then Sharon leaned forward and asked, "So, what do we do?" Miriam smiled. The type of smile women smile when they have decided to mess you up. "Well, now we are just gonna let him cook." Sharon looked confused. "Cook? Yes. Let him continue. Let him think we are fools and that he has got game. Let him bask in his lies and foolishness. Let him lie, cheat, and go about like all is well. And then, that is when we strike." She tapped the table gently, one finger at a time, like a Nollywood villain. "That's when we serve him hot, spicy pepper." Their voices lowered and they began to whisper and plan. The next 10 minutes were a silent storm. The ladies brought their heads close together and whispered, putting necessary plans in place. At some point, Sharon brought out a jotter And Miriam opened her phone's notes app and they debunked the mathematics they wanted to solve on Dakpo's head. See, what those women discussed at that table wasn't just gist, it was architecture, revenge architecture. And they weren't building a house, so they were building a stage for disgrace. And when they were done, Sharon offered to pay the bills and said, "Thank you for meeting me, sis. You're such a lovely soul that doesn't deserve that shit." Then they hugged tightly and Miriam whispered, "I'm glad you reached out. Just keep up the energy and smile when you see him. The show is about to start." And then they parted ways. Meanwhile, Dakpo was walking around like a king who had two women at his beck and call. Who plays his game right? Hence the reason why they hadn't caught him yet. He was at home playing game and laughing like a fool. A few days later, Dakpo, the international liar, woke up feeling like a man of destiny. It was his birthday. Life was good. His wife, Miriam, had traveled the previous day for a women's conference in Abuja. So he had all the time in the world for his side chick. The said side chick, Sharon, had hinted that she was planning something very special for him. And to crown it all, his barber had just given him a fresh fade, so sharp it could slice onions. In his mind, this was a perfect day that the Lord has made. No, that the devil has made. He even posted a soft boy selfie on WhatsApp status with the caption, "Another year of greatness. God no go shame us." If only he knew that shame had already sent courier message and booked front row. By 7 p.m, Sharon texted him, "Wear something nice. I have a little surprise for you, birthday boy." Kiss emoji. Dakpo smiled like a thief that just discovered an ATM pin. He ironed his best shirt, the one Miriam bought for him on his previous birthday. He then sprayed cologne till his armpits turned into a gas chamber. He wore his wristwatch, a pair of clean shoes, and walked out like an odogu of side chick kingdom. The venue was a cozy candlelight space in Lekki, with dim lights and background music. The small hall was smelling like betrayal and vanilla mixed together. Dakpo walked in with confidence, holding a glass of wine and shining his brown teeth. Sharon met him at the door, dressed like temptation in human form. She wore a high-slit red gown, red lipstick, and eyelashes like roofing sheets. "Happy birthday, baby," she whispered, hugging him slightly. Dakpo grinned from his stupid ear to ear. You did all this for me?" "Yes, darling. Just sit down and relax. I have one final surprise for you." He sat down, stretched his legs like a wannabe king. Life is good. Then the music changed as the cake was brought out. On it was written, "To the man who makes my heart beat like generator." Dakpo read it and blushed. "Chai, you this girl, you will not kill me, oh." He didn't know the universe was already applying a Boniki rub to his destiny. Sharon then pulled him up from the seat slowly and said, "Close your eyes, baby." Dakpo obeyed, smiling like a mumu, but his one eye was slightly open like a small thief. Then he suddenly heard some footsteps from behind him, and he swiftly opened his eyes and turned around. And guess who? It was Miriam, walking calmly in a gold gown, with her nails painted red and her face like Judgment Day. She wasn't frowning as per she's angry. She most definitely wasn't smiling either. Behind her followed Sharon's loud friends who came in with cameras already recording. A trumpet man who came to sing Pararampa, Cheetah oh, and a banner that read, "Liar, Cheetah, happy birthday, rot in hell." Dakpo froze, as in fully. His smile dropped and went straight to voicemail. Miriam. She stepped closer, clapping slowly. Yes, that was my love. Surprise! Then the trumpet man began blowing pararam pam. Sharon then turned to the crowd and said, "Ladies and gentlemen, meet my boyfriend. Sorry, our boyfriend. He told me he was single. Meanwhile, his wife is very alive and frying plantain for him at home." Miriam then stepped forward, very calm and composed. "Dapo, before you release another lie again, like an album, take this first." Bah! She landed him a very accurate, resounding slap on his left cheek, and then handed him a printed album that had pictures of their white wedding, traditional wedding, and anniversary trip to Ibadan. "See yourself here, liar of the century." Dapo stood there with his mouth open like a broken tap. He looked around and all eyes were on him. Cameras were on him. He held his cheeks and stammered, "But babe, it's not what it looks like." Sharon Cotton. Shut up there. That's your problem. You're always looking for what it doesn't look like. Miriam then walked to the center of the room, took a mic and said, "Good evening, everyone. I want to thank you all for coming. Some of you came here thinking you were here for love. That's good, but what you witnessed here today is pure betrayal. This man you see here told this young lady that he lost his fiancée in 2019. Meanwhile, his very alive and spiritually strong wife, was at home praying for him to be promoted in life. I didn't know he was promoting himself inside another girl's DM. I met this man with nothing. I built our home with him from scratch. I was the one that bought him his first designer perfume. And today, he's using it to smell like lies for another woman. But that's okay." She held up the framed wedding photo and waved it like it was evidence in court. "This is me, Miriam, the wife he told people had died. As you can see, I am very much alive. Please help me tell his ancestors that I am not coming to join them anytime soon." See, if you ever doubted God that he has a sense of humor, you only needed to witness the aftermath of Dapo's surprise wedding ambush. He left that room that day like a man who was admitted into the University of Shame with full scholarship, as in PhD in public disgrace. His fresh haircut was sweating, and his face looked like someone that just lost millions of naira in naira bets. But the real show didn't start until the next morning. By 8 a.m., the video of the wedding disaster had already hit WhatsApp status, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok blogs, and the church women's group that his mother belonged to. And they all captioned it, "When you attend your own surprise proposal and meet your wife at the altar." Twitter had a whole hashtag about Dapo. He was third trending, trolling him like a piece of rag. They said things like, this man saw his ancestors in HD. Not Dapo saying babe to two women at once. Stupid man. One girl even duetted the video on TikTok with a dramatic gospel music and said, "Ladies, always tag your men, let's protect each other. That's why I don't like my man. If we are sharing one man, enter DM." Later that night, the real thunder slapped Dapo. His office WhatsApp group was buzzing, and the HR sent a polite message to him saying, "We would like to have a conversation with you concerning a recent video circulating online. Please don't return to work until further notice." Translation is, "You are fired. Carry your disgrace, they go. We know they associate with scandal and mumu people like you." He tried to explain. "It was just a prank gone wrong, sir. Please, it's not what you think, sir. But by the time he did that, his HR had already blocked him since. Dapo was having a serious rough day. That same afternoon, he returned home with his face puffy from crying and one hand on his head like a man that had just walked through fire and brimstone. He opened the gate only to see his entire load outside, arranged neatly like garage sale display. His boxers, shoes, awards, chargers, wedding suits, all of it. And to top it all off, a folded nylon bag with a note taped to it. And he read, "I really truly hope you have a miserable life for making me look like a fool everywhere online. Don't bother contacting me. I am done." He looked around. Neighbors were watching him like BB Naija show. His compound gatesman across the road whistled, "Now your turn today, Ogadapo." The gate opened slightly and Miriam stepped out. She was still calm and beautiful in her Ankara clothes. "Good afternoon," she said coldly. "Miriam, please, I can explain." "No need, oh. I'm done listening. Your side chick explained it better than you could ever." "Babe, let's just go inside and talk. Please don't listen to these people. It's me and you against the world now." "Which inside? This is now your outside. As you can see, these are all your properties. Carry your sins and go." "So after all we have built, this is it? This is it, Miriam?" Yes. After I built and you used another woman to renovate, Dapo, carry your rubbish and leave my house. I've lost my job, Miriam. My reputation is finished. I have nowhere else to go." "Good. Now you know how it feels to watch something you love crumble without warning." He knelt down, begging, "I've changed. I swear I have changed. Miriam, please give me one more chance. Baby, please." "You had to. Me and Sharon. And you wasted both. What does that say about you, Dapo?" She stepped forward and handed him his framed wedding picture. "Here, take this too. You may need it when you start your please forgive me tour." Then, bam! She closed the gate with finality. By evening that day, Dapo was at his cousin's boys' quarter in Ejigbo, drinking garri with no sugar and looking like a man who just watched his destiny enter BRT without him. His job was gone. His marriage was over. He now walked around with cap and face mask like an undercover shame collector. Weeks passed and Miriam started thriving. She glowed differently now with peace. Her skin was clearer, her laugh was louder, her prayer life was deeper, and her food was tastier. Her days were now filled with laughter, work, healing, and Sharon. Yes, Sharon, the side chick turned sister in arms, had now become her legit bestie. The kind of friendship that's born from mutual heartbreak and joint revenge. One day, while drinking cold Fanta and eating fried fish, Sharon looked up from her phone and said, "You know what we need? A podcast." Miriam wiped her mouth and asked, "About what?" About men, lies, healing, evidence, emotional data, all of it. I believe women are going to learn a lot from our podcasts. When people hear our story, they would be able to relate and it could help foster their healing. "Wow, that's such a nice idea," Miriam said. And just like that though, like play, the idea was born. The podcast title was "Sis, Check His Phone." Because sometimes love is blind, but receipts go clear your eyes. Oh. Their first episode was a hit. Sharon opened the episode with a voice note Dapo once sent her. "I only want peace, loyalty, and one woman." Then she paused the audio and said, "Ha! Some men will leave you in the middle of the desert without water. Run, oh!" Maria then followed up with a calm monologue. "Ladies, If a man says you are his peace, but you have never met his parents, his friends, or even his landlord, check his phone. Because that peace might be for someone else. So, listeners were pouring in, and within 1 month, they had 12K followers, 2 viral episodes, and a live event invitation. But this podcast wasn't just for clouds. They were healing, softly, deeply, one laughter at a time. Sometimes after recording, they would sit together in silence and just say, "Thank God we are not still basking in our ignorance and begging that man to love us." The end. Moral lesson. My own moral lesson is very simple in this one. The best clapback isn't noise. It's becoming so healed that even your past can't reach you. It is true that most of us have been hurt in the past. Holding on to that hurt is only going to drag us back. We should attain to reach a level of healing where our past doesn't even matter. Like, we are glowing differently. We are moving forward. We are healing so well that trauma has got nothing on us. And that is when and only when we will know that we are healing correctly. So tell me, what do you think? Is it wise to check your man's phone or your spouse's phone? If you're a man watching this video, is it wise to check your partner's phone generally? Like, what do you think? Let me know in the comment section below. Bring on the heat! Okay, my Naya paddies, we have come to the end of today's story. Look, you guys have been nothing but supportive. Your comments has been so heartwarming. I love each and every one of you, and I want to say thank you all so much for being my paddy. Thank you so much for your subscriptions, your likes, for sharing my videos, for commenting. You know how much I love reading your comments. Please don't click away on any of my videos without dropping a comment, even if it is a heart emoji. I so much appreciate reading from you. Thank you once again for watching my videos till the end. Until next time, remember, don't let anyone dim your shine. Until next time, Ngwanu, bye.